And then I just wanted to briefly cover the bigger picture, because there were a few things in that direct innovation management portion that we haven't covered here. We're just talking about alignment. It covers iterative design and also is used for, of course, that alignment framework around ideation. Right here. But beyond this, and we won't have time to cover this now, there's also this alignment vetting switch, and this is really counterintuitive. As many of you know, I'm putting all this in book form. I'm tantalizingly close. I thought I'd have it published by now. And I'd really like to have this be a pop-out section of the book. I mean, maybe with sound and flashing colors or something. It's really counterintuitive. The switch here is really to forget everything you've been looking at in alignment. And that's another thing which I've never, ever seen done unless I've been shouting, jumping up and down and screaming and insisting on it. It's vitally important that after alignment, you forget that this has value to anybody. Otherwise, you think that value conquers all. And then there's multidisciplinary vetting process that you go into. After you flip that switch, after you've been very explicit about what the ground rules are for that process. In multidisciplinary realization, the softening the handoffs is important. I talked about multidisciplinary through the whole life cycle. If you can't, you can at least say, okay, we're not going to have anybody in this innovation cycle completely run away, right? So we try to taper down their involvement. We try to get out of the habits of somebody creating a ivory tower design, okay, and sort of going and running, right? Which is what happens in a lot of organizations and adds tremendous risk. It's also this blame game, right, where I create something that's a beautiful, beautiful set of requirements, and it makes so much sense when looked at by itself. What could possibly be wrong? If anything goes wrong with this, it's the person further downstream from me. It's the person further towards realization. It's their fault. That's not true. Okay? The great thing is that we figured out that having everybody at the table during idea creation, during ideation, really helps us come up with much, much better ideas, much more mature ideas and clusters of ideas. So now we need to go a little bit further and say, well, keeping those people around, at least maintaining a sense of ownership throughout the cycle, softening handoffs and having more transparent communication, and this becomes part of that impact mapping, agile change management. And those last three words, agile change management. There are methods for doing that.